Ah, the pitter pat of rain. Amazing. Makes me wonder what I've left out. For a month, I haven't had to worry about what might be out in the rain, and now I'm going to find out. Probably the hard way, like I usually learn it. I'm always learning something. I'm always seeking to be learning something. It is just a natural, innate drive. I'm sure you have it too. Uh, it's fascinating to be updated and upgraded in every way. And yet, the topic this week is this, but we're already divine, whole, and perfect, right? And in some of our spiritual schools, we've had to overcome self loathing and actual disliking ourselves. Isn't that a strange mental, emotional, psychic uh, disease, virus to catch, the dislike of self? And yet, for some of us, it seems to be like a generational curse or baggage. It's just passed on from one generation to the next, this uh, disliking of ourselves, to say the least. And it's no small thing. It's one of the most insidious, pernicious mental viruses we can catch. And yet, uh, this is where it stops. We may have had it, but this generation, we, you, me, I, we put an end to it once and for all. And we don't send it on to the next generations because that's our job. We're here to make the world a better place. And so, uh, and yet, on the other hand, if we're walking around thinking all day long that I am just the cat's meow and that I'm perfect, whole, and complete exactly the way that I am, aren't there a few character defects that might be resonating? Obviously. This is a very interesting topic, I think. How are we going to reconcile this? I'm whole, complete, and perfect, and I've got a lot of work and upgrade to do to be the person that I am meant to be. Well, we talk about it, we think about it. Um, I'm going to bring up a distressing example for the purpose of this, and I'm sorry for how distressing it is, but if we were to drive into the Tenderloin in San Francisco, we would see people who are they are every bit the divine, perfect, whole, and complete soul that we are. They're the same divine spark, and yet it's not it's not showing up in the world, is it? I mean, we we've got to employ some common sense and see the differential between people living in that condition and people living normal, sane lives. We can't be so suicidally compassionate that we don't see a differential between those two worlds and that we don't strive personally and collectively to make the world a better place, right? So, what's the differential? Well, it seems to me that there's something all of us human beings have. It's called a moment of clarity. And the moment of clarity is where we realize that living a worldly life and living for lower purposes just isn't going to fit the bill. And a moment of clarity is a good and glorious thing. And sometimes it's called a rude awakening as well, where we realize the path we're on is simply the wrong one. And it's a downward spiral. And a moment of clarity, while unpleasant, is the greatest gift uh, a soul can undergo, because it begins to turn the direction and the aim of our life. And then we begin to this slow, steady march upward, progress, not perfection, right? So all of us are involved in that. All of us have realized the worldly life um, lives solely for its own purposes and solely for our own selfish needs just isn't going to cut it. So here we are, working to get a little bit better every single day. And yet, what is very difficult at the start, to begin to engage in the principles, the practices, the actions and activities that lead to a more intelligent and harmonious life. At the start, it can be very much a burden and an obligation. But once we get a little momentum, once we get up on our skates, once we take the training wheels off, once dad is finished pushing us on the bike and we can begin to move, we gain a momentum. And I think we can find this place called effortless effort, where we do engage in more efficient, effective action every single day. And that we do, by the end of the day, we can look back and we can say, yes, I did do a lot of good things. I was not perfect, but all of my primary areas of engagement this very day, I did a little bit of something. And even if I may have failed at it, I will get a chance again tomorrow to get a little bit better, because I'm committed to getting a little bit better in all these primary areas. And if we get a little bit better every day over a long period of time, we grow into the glorious beings we are meant to be. So it goes, a moment of clarity starts with duty, burden, and obligation, and then it transforms into our true place in life. And I'm just going to read a couple of paragraphs about true place in life. I try to read it once every 6 months to a year, and it just reminds me what happens when we get ourselves in alignment, when our yoga really kicks in, when we really do find that great momentum. We do get up on our skis, our skates, and we start moving toward expressing our character in the world as we were meant. As soon as you obtain the spiritual consciousness, you will find that all things indeed work together for good to those who love good or God. You will experience, get this, you will experience perfect health, abundant prosperity, complete and utter happiness. Your health will be so good that mere living will be in itself an inexpressible joy. Is that the case right now? The body no longer the burden to be dragged about that so many people find it, people that don't do yoga. It will be as though it were shod with winged shoes. Dig it. Your prosperity will be such that you need not take the question of finance into consideration at all. You won't have to think about money ever again. Fear of economic insecurity will leave us. You will always have all the supply you need to carry out any of your plans. Hell yeah. The world will turn out to be full of charming people, only too anxious to help you in every way. Others will come into your life only for good. You will find yourself occupied with the most delightful and interesting activities of the most widely useful kind. All your energy and all your faculties will find full scope for their expression, and in short, you will develop the completely integrated and fully expressed personality of which modern psychology only dreams. Those who have not glimpsed the secret of the true place may look upon all this as nothing but a beautiful vision, too good to be true, but it is just the essence of living in the true place where God, love source, wants us, that nothing is too good to be true, because the love and the power of God is true. So that's where we're headed. It's worth it. It's worth it to struggle and to suffer and to get a little bit better every single day, because that's where we're headed. And while we might not be in full expression, we might not have full acquisition of our full and complete character on earth just yet, we will. And that's where we're headed. And it makes the whole journey worthwhile when I remember that and when I remember it with friends. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you all tomorrow.